And tell us about the Squamish Nation. Because we
Squamish.
know that you recently were trying to be involved as a leader for
Right.
the Squamish Nation.
Yeah, I ran for Squamish Nation Chief and Council, and I got about 25% of the votes my first time running. So that was great. You know, that's really inspiring for me. It's good to know I got my people have my back. They support me. They know I've got their best interests at heart. You know, I'm sober now almost 2 years. I got a clear mind. I got a clear heart. I got the best interest for everybody. That's the way I've always been since I was a kid. But I love my nation. I love my people. You know, they're the reason why I do what I do. You know what I mean? It's like, if I was doing it for the money, I would have quit a long time ago. You know, if I was doing it for the fame, I was already famous when I was in elementary school just from being myself, you know. So that's not the reason why I do what I do. My people, when I see those kids, when I come home or every time I go to the reserve, you know, I go to the reserve like it's nothing, you know. I just go like it's everyday life, and they really look up to me. They respect me. They love me. I love them back. I owe everything to them, really. They're my backbone, my support, my number one supporters. It doesn't matter if I have a show and there's 500 people there or 50 people there. Every time, guaranteed, my Squamish people are going to come through, and I recognize that, and I love them for that. So big up Squamish Nation. Those are my peoples.
And we know you like to read. Share some of the titles that you like to share.
Oh, you know I like to read, right? Oh, yeah, I'm a bookworm myself, you know, being sober, not drinking and partying like everybody else. You know, to be successful, you got to do what other people don't do. So I always keep that in mind, keep that in the back of my mind, and always remember that. And I got to keep myself busy because I get bored a lot, you know, not partying like everybody else, not being like everybody else. You get bored, so you got to keep your mind busy. Right now I'm reading a book called The Mind Code, which is really dope. It's about just the Mayan prophecy in 2012 and everything coming up. I know it's a controversial subject, and everybody's like, oh, this or the world's going to end, this and that. But really, it's just to open my mind and to get inspired from, you know, up my vocabulary, up my brain, my speed, my wittiness. Really, it's not really for an opinion. You know, I have my own opinion. I want to keep to myself on that. But basically, you got to read. You got to stay sharp. You know what I mean? You got to keep your mind occupied. You got to stay creative. And there's no better way to keep creative or keep inspired than to read, to get somebody else, a professional's perspective. But I read that book, The Wu Manual by the RZA. That book was amazing, reading about the RZA and his whole origins and how he got into it and how he got each member from the Wu signed to a different label and how he produced all their stuff. It was just straight inspiring. The Last Season by Phil Jackson, that was an amazing book. 11-time champions of the Lakers, a coach. So many. The autobiography of Malcolm X is a great one. So many. 4 Agreements, the Celestine Prophecy. The list goes on and on. I'm going to keep on reading until the day I die.
And tell us about your charity work you do.
Charity work I do. Well, I work a lot with the youth. I never turn down an opportunity to work with the youth, you know. The opportunity to work with the youth is the best gift you can get, you know, and working in the nightclubs with the booze and the alcohol and the egos all the time really takes a toll on you, you know. Kind of stresses you out. So when you can go work with the kids where they just respect you for being you and they appreciate you for being you and there's no egos involved and it's all love, it's just very fulfilling, you know. But I work with MAWO, Mobilization Against War and Occupation, because I believe in what they do and stuff, and I know how hard it is to get people to listen to you nowadays. I know the Homegirl Invincible has an intro on her album that says nowadays it's almost impossible to get people to listen to you. You can't just go up to someone and say, hey, listen. So you got to hit them upside the head with the sledgehammer. So I know how it is, and you know, and I just did a charity show actually for a church for about 100 old people at a church, and that was really interesting. You know, I do it all for the experience. You know what I mean? Just do something different. Get out of your comfort zone. You know, that's what it's all about. Instead of doing the same thing, what you're comfortable with, what you know the outcome was going to be. I went and did a church fundraiser for, you know, 80 white people, older, elderly people, sorry, I should say. And I was just like, I was really nervous, to be honest with you, because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to connect with these people. I don't know how I'm going to connect with these people. But I went up there and I did it. I made a connection with them. You know, I did all my love songs and, you know, I just did the best I could. And at the end of the day, they enjoyed it. You know, it was hard because, you know, automatically people are stereotypical when it comes to hip hop. They think automatically it's about swearing, you know, calling the bitches and the hoes. But that's a stereotype. I don't even swear in any of my music. So, you know, it's nice to go out there and represent that side of hip hop too, to let people know it's not all exploitation. It's not all commercial. You know, it's still people out there keeping it real, representing the real roots of it all. So.
And what are your inspirations?
My inspirations, you know, I'm a people's person. I'm a very extroverted person. So I find what's going on around me is going to be going on inside of me. And lately I've been surrounding myself with great, positive people, and that's my number one inspiration. But another inspiration of mine is, you know, Gandhi, Malcolm X, Che Guevara, you know, Lots of inspiration. Always got to be searching for inspiration, new ways to be inspired, because it's not always there all the time. But just to name a few, I just named a few right there. So.
And you have anything else to add to our gracious interview that anyone doesn't know who Discreet the Chosen One is?
If you don't know me, ask about me. I'm a solid cat. I'm approachable. You know, I got a studio, No One Productions, based out of North End. Big up Squamish Nation for helping me get that project on the go. You know, those are my people, it's my heart. Basically, I'm an approachable dude. If you got something to say, a project you want to get on the go, you need some direction, you need some help, whatever, hit me up, www.vscrew.com. Hit me up on the Facebook, Leland Askew. MySpace I don't really use so much anymore. It's more about the Facebook now. Get the album Storytelling with Discreet Friends. It's on iTunes. And Discreet the Chosen One, a.k.a. Magneto.
And you got any shouts?
Shout-outs. First of all, Archivest, thanks for having me, bro. You're doing up big things, you know, interviewing some of the top names in the game. It's an honor to be here right now. Shout-outs to my homie Dean right here. He just moved to the island. Shout-outs to Samaya Entertainment, Snake Eyes Ed, Nobel Productions. Everybody on the Storytelling with Discreet Friends album, big ups to you. All the youth out there inspired to get into hip-hop, big ups to you. Too many to list if I forgot you. I love you. Peace out. Watch out for us.
And this is the Archivist, and you already know the name, y'all.
Snake Eyes Ed, Discreet the Chosen One, No One Productions, Samaya Entertainment, Fellowship, Squamish Nation, Storytelling with Discreet Friends. Thanks, y'all. Peace out.